Hello warriors, and welcome back to my channel. I'm finally getting around to playing Summerset. I'm super excited for it. And yeah. I am leaving for vacation Sunday morning, and I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow too, but this might be the last stream until I'm back. But I will be uploading videos. I was making sure throughout like this week, whenever I had time, I was recording something. That way I could post videos while I was gone. And ooh, this is really fancy. I just love this game so much. It looks so pretty. Like, I wish I could live here.
This place is ancient.
It seems no one has entered this place in centuries.
Hang on! Don't come any closer!
Cave in! Look out! I think our friend is going to be all right.
Oh!
Out of my head!
Resist him, newcomer! You must wake up! Now!
Right. Except I don't think we get to do the resist newcomer part, because I think that's for people who just got the game and are like starting. Yes, nice. Oh, that's right. I went to East March. I don't remember why I went to East March, but I went to East March last time I played. The dog's being barking. I guess the good thing about this, hopefully there are a lot more people playing than there normally are, so we can, you know, do things for people. I really want that kind of mod crap. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to do something with her. Or I was playing the other day, and I went to go do my quest with her, and that's when the servers turned off the update, and I was really disappointed, but that's okay. So, let's see how this works in a second. Turn off searching, because the brightness in it does just switch over to that. I know no one's going to be on it. Check our mail. Ooh, messed up. I don't know why, but I always keep this message, even though it's from, yeah, 19 months ago. I feel like it's longer than that. This game has been out for like 2 years. I don't know. That's right. The map. I don't know if there's somewhere where we have to go except the... What's sign for Summerset? Where is Summerset? This isn't it, is it? This is Summerset. Okay. So we need to find a shrine. which is in the middle of town. I can't navigate as well as I used to in Skyrim, but it's decent. Like, you can tell that they definitely made everything bigger than it was in Skyrim. Which I don't have any complaints about that, but it's huge. Like, I have no sense of where I am anymore. Okay, it's having an aneurysm right now. Blowing up myself. Then I'm bored. It's fine. That's how I judge most of my like texts and calls and stuff like that. It's like, it's not important. Unless it's only 50% of the time if my mom calls me, I'm like, okay. I'll answer because it's probably important.
I think the island sprung a leak. Run!
The island sprung a leak?
First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Summerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures, I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me. Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
Alright, so I guess it's the main quest line. Alright, let's do it. Or wait. Oh, there's people doing the golem. I love this game. Oh my. Is this awesome guy? Is he here? Yes, he is.
Have you ever seen such creatures? Raz has not. Probably neither have you. You are a newcomer, yes? New to this island of high elves?
Wasn't Razumdar in another quest line? I feel like I've heard it.
And you look capable. So can Raz interest you in some cloak and dagger work? Ominous? No, nothing of the sort. Well, maybe a little of the sort. Depends on how things develop. Raz has come to Summerset at the behest of Queen Irene to make sure her decree regarding the opening of the island proceeds as she directed.
Alright, how can we help?
Ask some questions, determine the mood in Shimmerin, and see how the newcomers are faring. Rumors have reached the Queen, and she is concerned. So Razumdar comes to see what is happening and fight strange creatures. Now Raz is concerned as well. While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
Okay, where are the strange creatures?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Okay, I'll just give you that. We don't need to talk to you all day. Oh, I pissed something off. Is someone we have to talk to around here? Oh, my getting chased by a wolf. Dire wolves. Awesome. Sazolzas. What the heck is this? Is this a salamander? It's a giant first salamander. Fort, come here. Why are you hanging out in the bathroom? You are so weird. Oh. I really like accepting quests as I come across them, but we're going to avoid doing that. Oh, thank you, Cheyenne. How are you today? Go back to this person, hopefully. Actually, how far away is this person? They're kind of out there, aren't they? It's kind of like freaking out, not showing me where it is. I guess we'll go talk to this person first. And there I am, passing that person with the quest again. Come on. We've got this. We can find mountains. It'd be so nice to live here. It's a sky shark. I don't know what this thing is, but I want the sky shark. A well one. You're cute. I'd have one. Just a bit. Honestly, if I could live, I would have everything to bed. Breeze. Oh, that's kind of weird. I just want the sky shard. Thank you. I guess I can have my horse back now. I want a mount that isn't a horse. All of my mounts are... That's a lie. I have a cannon mount. From... I don't remember what DLC I bought. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the desert one. Of some sorts. And I bought it with the camel. And I think something else. Is this the person we have to talk to? Oh, it's a guard.
Help out the poor soul.
There we go.
Please, I was once like you.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine?
Fancy.
Who told you that? If a justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what are those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing!
You're not a high elf. You've lived in Summerset very long.
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Like living in Summerset.
Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
Thank you, Mother. Now we have a long ways to go. We're gonna go here and just get the forge real quick. Dockworks. Sorry. It's like a forge. I miss being able to like fast travel to locations on net. I can only do it the way shrines now. They cost money, which is hurtful. Not like I ever spend my money. In Skyrim, I always avoided spending money like the plague. I don't want to play. I did not go up high enough. You've got this. Okay. You don't got this. Water. Or we missed the water by like that much. Where shrine it is? What's that chest there? I'm upset now. I was like, ooh, a chest. We'll just land in the water. Of course, my alarm's over. Horse went a wee bit too far. Okay. You're okay, horse. Like, this game would be cool in VR. Because I would love to just walk around and explore this place on foot. Like, I don't need the quest or anything like that. I just want to walk around on foot because that is so cool. I was really looking forward to that on Skyrim VR until, like, I realized you couldn't actually walk around.
Go find your own patch of beach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
It's the path to Alaxon.
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Summerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you made complaints in Shimmering. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
What happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
The monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she was.
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I'd like you to get back to your work then.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
It's the coral crab! Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I really want one as a follower. I love coral. It's so cool. Is there coral? Can I like dive underwater and find coral? No? Okay. Thanks. I'm depressed now. I do kind of want to like look along the shore here though real quick. It's so pretty. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Mr. Direwolf, but I really don't think wolves hang out on beaches. I'm a bit confused. giant thing. Powdered mother of pearl. Fish. That's fancy. I'm sorry, it's so pretty. I love it. Oh, what's that? Coral shelf. Oh, it's so cool. I mean, technically it's dying if they follow the actual world physics, but it's still pretty. Oh, that was cool. They turn blue. Electricity. Another one. Alright, these little salamander things. They are the kind. Oh my gosh. Now he's like ice. Oh, these salamanders are so cool. Can I have one of those as a follower? Honestly. I would love to have one of those as a follower. That'd be so cool. What I mean, coral crab, creepy salamander, coral crab. I don't think you could actually say coral crab, salamander, coral crab. It's like, I need to get some crabs. I need to get some money for crabs. Here's the fun part. We have to find out how to actually make it into shimmering.
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
But the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Ultima society.
The old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
People are...
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The Aryx's sister and the Red Guard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but Olnewell's assistant has lived on Summerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Solza have to say?
Solza was dead by the time I reached him. I found this letter in his...
Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the Kin Lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery.
Alright, I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
Great. I'm really bad. I wish I had time for that kind of stuff. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh. I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to look. Oops. I think my dog is using his marbles.
And hear the tale of Archmage Sirabale.
Okay, it's freezing. Forgot that I have it open on the TV. Probably should have turned off the TV. It's above. Jeez. How are you supposed to get up there? Or leave that alone. Another level 7. I don't know how we're supposed to get in here. This is interesting. That way. Oh, I want to go accept their quest.
You there! I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight? I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
That's good. That's right.
Raz owes you for that game of cards, and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... you say I won some gold?
Alright, thanks Raz for distracting. Highly appreciated. Don't know where my dog went. I'm kind of concerned that he found something to eat that he's not supposed to eat. So, be right back. Toothpaste. He stole toothpaste because since we're packing for vacation, I just kind of have stuff lying around. I was gonna be mad because I shut him out. But I had a bag with like toothpaste and toothbrush in, and he stole the toothpaste because I guess he had his fish. You can have it as a follower. I need the lizard thing. Jewelry. I was supposed to say, if I keep opening it, jewelry crafting, hindsight. I used to always make jewelry and daggers in Skyrim to get my experience levels up. Oh. Excuse me.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
Wow, where can I find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint. by the way.
Tell me about the Aldark and the new monks.
Aldark Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by Kin Lady Avanice, or so I heard.
This Kin Lady.
It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together. But there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Aldark and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
You must have some idea where they're supposed to.
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. Now go away.
Alright, fine. I'll go away. No, apparently I didn't get everything out of you.
No, not now. You'll have to ask one of the monks at the new... Again with the monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldark has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind, my nap awaits.
This girl is above. Right there.
You have no right to be in here.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter with you? Get out of here.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldark's office, wouldn't you agree?
Uh-oh.
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
What purpose would that be?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
Stop not like that.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
How did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and community relations. That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldark and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me?
I'll teach you in the Underground.
A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldark acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
Here. Oh, I did not leave this in. Fancy. So important.
You can't stay. You just
can't stay. I just can't. It's cool. Well, I'm gonna take all this stuff while I'm here. Because I like money, so I won't be good at fast.
Well?
Who said well? Okay. It doesn't seem like...
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages. These
Thank the divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out. It's a nightmare. We came to Summerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
You're only appeared to hear where the rest of the newcomers.
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
I'll unlock the cage and see what's going on in the next chamber.
Is that
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
Wait, I want to save the rest of these people. Oh. I'm so sorry. For the rest of these people. Thank you.
a Daedra? Here?
Oh.
And that's a Scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
It's a dead Scoffin delivered from the monastery to the Eden.
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open that door.
It's for the prison they set the monks to the rest of the newcomers.
Then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
Interesting. Alright, let's go. This should be fun. This is fun. I don't think. Oh, that was water. That was the nice way, I guess. Okay. I barely helped, but we did. And of course, our friend just kind of ran off without us. Thanks for that.
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the psijic order.
Of course she is.
Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset. My inquiries led me here. The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all of this?
I'm working with Razumdar, one of the Queen's eyes, but what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let's go. So all those people are dead. That's really disappointing. This was not the way to go. Ooh. Uh-oh. Help on your friend. Oh, of course. The stairs on this side were broken. But that was a simple enough escape. Missed the summer this game.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, dokie. She just can't breathe. This is an interesting game, so I don't like it. Talk to Rosenthal. Great. Hello. Hello? What? Ow. Wow. Passed it. Oops. Anchors away. Stars.
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
People that were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. We found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
Of course. You want me to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with a Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Oldar. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
Always invitations and elegant clothes from the High Elves. Always. I also met a mage from the psijic order in the monastery.
A psijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the psijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this psijic mage say what the order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed very interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl? You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the psijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Shouldn't you speak to the Kin Lady? You do work for the Queen after all.
Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, Everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
Someone's painting here. Painting skill. I wish I could paint. Alright, let's get out. Around here. I just need a how-to guide on like how to explore all of these cities. Yep, very elegant. I like it.
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to kind lady Abenise.
The kin lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Thank you.
Concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
Suspicious. Hello.
How bold of you. The Neberah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberah. What can the new All-Dark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments.
Wow, I heard that you and the kin lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The kin lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Summerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you're sequestering newcomers and other non-high elves beneath the monastery?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? For a Neberah.
Keep calling me Neberah. What does that mean? Thank you. I didn't know.
You're right. Where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
I see. And is it common for high elf monks to conspire with Daedra?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
Right.
For your own protection, you understand.
If you'll excuse me, Aldar, so caller. I just remembered I have somewhere else to be.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
We're gonna go by, I think, talk to the community. Yep. Ooh, bookshelves. That's disappointing. Nothing. Okay, wait. So you must saw something.
dare you barge into my home without so much as a by your leave? No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out. Before I call the guards.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Summerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Aldark agrees with your efforts to protect the island.
Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kin Lord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
Someone can't be left alone.
That's preposterous.
Someone, like,
Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain this.
I'm sorry, lady, that I did not.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's.
I'll end up shutting him in here. There. Now. Okay. I don't play with the mouse, not what I'm doing. Alright. That's the Rosenbach. Put everything up, so hopefully there's nothing he can play with. That he's not supposed to.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
King Lady believes that newcomers are being sequestered and held.
Raz thinks Avanice is as naive she is complicit, but she's not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves.
Quark, come here.
From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerine.
Quark! The King Lady was going to meet the Aldark in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Aldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later.
Yeah, I'm working.
Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The psijic sage, yes? Here she comes now.
I know what Gilsaran has to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valcerin of the Psijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
Alright, sounds good. Oh, I'm glad to put me back in my outfit. Oh don't even know what my armor looks like. I used to like put an effort in coloring my armor and stuff like that, and I stopped. It just so happens. Pork, come here! Come here! Go to your crate. Crate, good boy. Pork. He is not going to be able to play. This is why I haven't been able to stream a lot lately, because unless there's someone here giving him attention, he gets mad at me for not giving him attention. It's very bro, he's really annoying. Pork, calm down. Requested out. It's like literally everything. There it is. Alright, it's not too far. Pork, stop. Ran right into the diary. It's not always that. And of course that. Yep, call for all your friends. Pork, you are okay. Calm down. Do not get on my horse. Pork, stop. Let me out. You have to be quiet. Alright, let's go just back here where I was exploring earlier.
Look, I apologized, and then I apologized again. What more do you want from me?
I am a kin lady of Summerset, and you dare address me as though I were one of you common rabble.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up.
How old
We
are
need
you?
to find
You
out whether
disappeared
Aldar
300
asked
years
kin
ago.
lady Avanice to meet him out here.
Where do we find Aldar?
Based on what we saw on the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
So what do we have to do? Go that way. Avoid the slimy salamanders, because it's that a reef viper. Let's go. Oh, crabs. Oh my gosh, there's stuff everywhere. That's cool. Okay, I guess I have to go.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store this
Earl of Clavicus Vile.
Razumdar apprehended the kin lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldar Tilkalar? Did he escape?
Alrock to Paula. I heard him mention the Prince of Bargains. Quark, quiet, please.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldar. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargain's Clavicus Vile. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more. You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Rightmaster Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story. The Rightmaster leads the psijic order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
Go to Artaeum, talk to the Rightmaster after checking with Razumdar.
One more adjustment, and there! You are now attuned.
Fancy.
Find me on Artaeum after you
Stop! I'm hurting you. I stop touching him. Maybe this is mine. Quark! Leave it! Maybe I just want to get the way shrine. Quark! Quiet. Quark.
Ah, Five Claw. The King Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation. Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldar to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
Aldar called on the Prince of Bargains before I killed him.
The Prince of Bargains? That could only be Clavicus Vile. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the psijic sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
Whilst Thran returned to Artaeum, she invited me to come speak with the Rightmaster.
The psijic order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
Valcerin said the Order would try to find out more about the Aldark and the Abyss of Worlds.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the psijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Alright, peace out, Razumdar. I guess talk to the King Lady.
Have you come to kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
Good job. How did you get involved with the Tilkalar?
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Summerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he planned to kill the newcomers.
What a hateful accusation! Tilkalar told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
Do all the monks at the monastery worship Daedra?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkalar brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That would probably be for the best. For you. That was where it's at. Let's go. Or we have the little dwarfs. nice to live in one of these. So nice. Oh no, that's nice. Interesting. So hoping it was one of the ones you could buy. It's like kind of getting me with the ocean. No. Ah, so many dark groups. We cannot get up this way. There are stairs right here. I don't even know why I tried. Pork, come here! Pork! What's wrong? Come here. You poor puppy. I know. He likes rough. So pretty. Good boy. That's a good boy. Right. What did I do? Something more? Oh, it's so pretty. Mark! I found a little pack of tissues. I don't even know now. I want to say he'll learn one of these days, but I doubt it.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him then. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldoc's plot on Summerset.
We discovered that the newcomers to Summerset were being murdered powered with missile pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sotha Seal warned us about.
Sotha Seal, what they're now.
Sotha Seal, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal.
Pork.
He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his clockwork city, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Summerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
Is there anything more I can do to help?
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldark and the source of the pearl's magic.
This magic to reveal all of that?
We are the psijic order, friend of Valcerin.
There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories.
Can I do anything?
While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sotha Seal's study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sotha Seal's amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
I'll find Oriandra and get the amplification elixir. Or... all these people hanging. Ford, come here. Right to get this over Ford, come here.
Friend of Valseren. Tranquil greetings.
Quark! This issue is again. What? Oh. That's cool. Here, you're in trouble. Don't roll over and expect me to pet you. You're in trouble. Great. Someone was chewing my debit card. How he found my debit card, I don't know. But there are some marks in it, and I'm going to have to go.
You must be the adventurer that Valseren was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island.
Thank you.
Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Right Master, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower.
The Right Master sent me to get an amplification elixir for the ritual.
That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Right Master hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sotha Seal creation, as you'd expect.
Sotha Seal's a member of the psijic order?
What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there.
Stop.
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valseren's transference spell, the Right Master gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual.
So why aren't you helping with the ritual?
I'm the Right Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Right Master's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day. Despite opinion, I'm not. I could say we have our way.
We already know what we're supposed to do. What? You are in trouble, dude. Talk to the Right Master, alright. He's still important. What?
Was Oriandra able to direct you? Just in time. We'll handle it. We want to pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Vile, Nefala, and Nocturnal. on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenfield will seal Summerset's fate.
That was unnerving. It seems the false Aldok belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mafala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated.
You ever heard of the Court of Bedlam?
No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of oblivion. We're missing something, but what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenfield.
I can travel to Relenfield.
I hoped you'd say that. Relenfield sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valcerin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. False Aldok may be dead, but Mafala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the pearls.
I have a few questions before I head to Relenfield.
I may not be a natural. From what I've very little. The augury ritual extract.
So, someone is being a little borky boy. I think we're gonna have to end this stream here. I will see about streaming tomorrow before I leave for my 2-week vacation. And like I said, I'm going to have a couple of videos. I'll probably like upload one every other day to my YouTube. I'm working on things. I'm trying. But it'll probably just be a couple videos. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you want to see more Elder Scrolls Online, especially Summerset, please leave a like. And if you haven't already, hit the red subscribe button to see more of my videos. Until then, I will see you guys